Don't forget to subscribe. Afterwards, the wisest and most spiritual books from the greatest authors await you every day. And now buckle up, sit back and we'll begin.
If you are wired to your memory, repetitions will happen and redundancy will come. But if you are paying attention, that changes your ability to look at things. Sadhguru. Your body and your mind can be receptacles to perceive the whole cosmos, if only you do not identify yourself with them. If you just live totally, you will dissolve lots of karma. Living totally means that you experience anything that comes fully and intensely. Your history is animal. Your future is divinity. Right now, you are like a pendulum, swinging between the two. Spiritual process is not for the dead or the dying. It is for the living who want to become fully alive in all dimensions of life. Looking at everything through your phone is only numbing your perception. It does not really enhance your experience of life in any way. Memory creates a hallucination of the past. Desire creates a hallucination of the future. If you want to find out the purpose of life, you need to look beyond the limitations of body and mind. You can give joyfully only when you have found something so valuable within yourself that everything else does not mean so much to you anymore. There is no such thing as having attained enough. Life is an endless possibility. Do not talk about the soul, heaven, or God. Talking about something that is not yet a reality for you amounts to falsehood. Awareness means grasping life just the way it is, without contamination by mental projections. A spiritual process is not a divorce from life. It is an irrevocable love affair with life. We must understand what our idea of wealth is. Is it just about more buildings, more machines, more cars, more of everything? More and more is death. In the most affluent societies in the world, for example in the United States of America, a significant percentage of the population is on antidepressants on a regular basis. If you just withdraw one particular medication from the market, almost half the nation will go crazy. That is not well-being. Generally, an American citizen has everything that anyone would dream of. Being spiritual does not mean being dead serious. If you allow life to happen within you exuberantly, unbridled, you will touch the spirit. If you live your life burning for the highest possibility, in that burning itself, there is liberation. If we do not work for individual transformation, talking about world peace is just entertainment. Being attached to someone is not about the other person. It is about your own sense of inadequacy. If you think one thing is sacred but you cannot stand the other, if you love the Creator but hate the creation, that is vulgarity. Every basic act like eating and copulating becomes magical when you do it consciously. When you do not know how to handle yourself, where is the need to produce another life? The mind remembers only certain things. The body remembers everything. The information it carries goes back to the beginning of existence. Without being in constant exchange with the rest of the cosmos, you cannot exist. The idea of individuality is an illusion. In this culture, God is not the highest entity. Mukti or liberation is the highest goal. We are willing to use God as a stepping stone, if needed. One who explores and knows all aspects of his life is called self-realized. If you strive to make yourself in such a way that nobody can help loving you, life will blossom, everything will yield. The purpose of existence is to exist. It is too fantastic to have a meaning. If anyone steps on your ego, instantly, he becomes your enemy. But a guru is a friend who constantly tramples your ego. What is most needed right now is evolving human consciousness. Without that, science, technology, development, everything will go waste. Conclusion means death. Confusion means possibility. Believing that what you do not know cannot exist is the crown of ignorance. All beliefs will crash somewhere. Only reality will sustain itself. Life happens from within. How aware you are of it decides the quality of your body, your mind, and your experience of life. Knowing yourself has to always come from within. The outside can inspire or guide you, but knowing has to come from within you. What is the meaning of life? It is too great a phenomenon to fit into any meaning. Devotion is not about a God. Devotion is about you making your emotions so sweet that your life experience becomes beautiful. The most enduring sort of power is realizing the power within. People call books holy, but they are yet to realize that life is holy. Death is not a disaster. Too many births, that is the real disaster. If you shift from compulsiveness to consciousness, being joyful will not be an effort. The roots of the divine are entrenched in this body. If you nurture the roots, how can you avoid the flowering? Knowledge can only be limited. Ignorance is boundless. In recognizing our ignorance, we will touch that which is boundless. Devotion is a place where you do not exist. Life just flows through you as a certain sweetness and beauty. Meditation means to awaken new dimensions within you. Transformation means nothing of the old should remain. Something absolutely new should happen. When every moment, you experience yourself as the source of creation, not as a piece of creation, then you are realized. Meditation is a way of moving into the unlimited dimension of who you are. It is the ultimate freedom. Meditation means ultimate freedom within you. There is only one calamity, ignorance. And there is only one solution, enlightenment. It would be wonderful if this world was guided by little children, because they are closer to life than anyone else. No two individuals are ever the same. You cannot equate people. You can only create equal opportunity. I do not understand why people want to control their minds. I want them to liberate their minds. Yoga essentially means finding the keys to the nature of the existence. Devotion means your involvement with life is no more conditional. When you are truly meditative, there is no time and space for you. Time and space is just a creation of the mind. If you want the divine to become alive within you, first of all you as a human being have to become absolutely alive. When you do something just because it is needed, you involve yourself totally without it meaning anything to you, then action becomes liberating. Being on the spiritual path means you want to be a success in an existential sphere, not just on a social level. Devotion is about you. Maybe you use another object as inspiration, but you change your quality, you walk more joyfully, gently upon this planet. Now, you believe you are a material person dabbling with, but essentially, you are a spiritual being dabbling with the material world means you have started seeing life with utmost clarity. There are no more illusions about it. You see everything just the way it is. Yoga is not just about living better. It is about exploring the very source of life. The focus of education should not be on suppressive information but on kindling the thirst for knowing. The hand of the Creator is actively involved in every atom, every plant, every creature, and yourself, in every cell in your body. If you think one piece of creation is better than another, you have completely lost it. The first step towards knowing is to see that you do not know. Most human beings live like a bird in a cage whose door was blown away. Out of habit, too busy gold-plating the cage, they do not soar to the ultimate possibility. If you look at creation the way it is explosively beautiful. Karma means ultimate responsibility. You even take responsibility for your genetics. True compassion is not about giving or taking. True compassion is doing just what is needed. There is no need to make spirituality a part of education. If you make education non-imposing and non-suppressive, people are naturally spiritual. I don't have opinions. Only if it is necessary for a particular action, I make a judgment. Opinions are fetters for your intelligence. People have fallen in love with words and lost the world. It's time to regain it. One who is constantly resting within himself is capable of endless activity. Your ability to love, to reach out, and to experience life is limitless. The limitation is only of the body and mind. To simply sit here and know the tenderness of being alive means being drenched in love. Every breath you take, you are getting closer to the grave. But every breath you take, you can also get closer to your liberation. The divine is constantly waiting at your doorstep to move in if only you allow the necessary space. Spirituality is not about becoming special. It is about becoming one with everything. Unless you are oblivious to your own suffering, you have no right to be oblivious to other people's suffering. If thinking minds, questioning minds, doubting minds, are talking about faith, their whole life will become fake. If you see there is no meaning to anything that you are doing, your ego collapses. So you are trying to find all kinds of fake meanings. Higher dimensions of awareness means higher dimensions of energy. How human beings are, that is how the society will be. So, creating human beings who are flexible and willing to look at everything rather than being stuck in their ideas and opinions definitely makes for a different kind of society. And the very energy that such human beings carry will influence everything around them. On the spiritual path, the first thing is to experientially ascertain where you are right now. You can only start the journey from where you are. Yoga is a way to produce a chemistry of blissfulness. Once you are blissful by your own nature, you can deal with outside situations effortlessly. We don't need more Hindus, more Christians, or more Muslims. We need more Buddhas, more Jesuses, and more Krishnas. Then there will be true change. Every human being has that inner potential. Once you touch a dimension which is boundless, the idea of time and space disappears. What is here is there. What is there is here. Meditation is not an act, it is a quality. Meditation is not something that you do, it is something that you become. For the divine to function through you, it is important to make every breath, every pulsation in the body, and your very existence an offering. Spirituality is ultimate greed. You don't just want a piece of creation, you want the source of creation. What you see as cosmos is a living mind, intelligent space. When you are no more identified with your physicality, you become available to grace. You have the choice to be here as a speck of creation or as the very source of creation. Not exploring such a phenomenal possibility is a crime. Hindu is a geographical identity, or at the most a cultural one, not a religion. There is no set of beliefs that everyone has to adhere to. Meditation means to go beyond the limitations of body and mind. To be spiritual means to be an emperor within yourself. This is the only way to be. Spiritual sadhana is not about making you into something other than what you are, but to erase the false faces that you have created for yourself is not something that you do, it is something that you become. Meditation does not mean you have to grin every moment of your life, but to learn to let your bones smile. Spiritual process is not about chanting a mantra or closing your eyes. Spiritual process is essentially about enhancing your perception. On one level, life is effervescent and active. On another level, it is absolutely still. The inner stillness nourishes the outer activity. Whether it is suffering or joy, going through experiences in life is not so much of a karma. Depriving yourself of any experience is the big karma. Sadhguru.
And that's not all. Our experts and regular viewers respond to all comments. Also check if you forgot to subscribe and set your bell to receive notifications about new audiobooks and other useful self-development materials that we release regularly. Join in the discussions, don't forget to give likes and, if possible and inspired, support the development of the channel financially. All useful links will be in the description and the first attached comment. Goodness, love and wisdom to all. And now move on to watch the next part of the video at the links below, or choose something from the playlists of the channel and those you see on the screen.